growing up, I wanted a Commodore 64 so bad, but I got an Atom computer instead, and it had a ColecoVision add-on, and I was still ecstatic with what I was able to play on it, such as Dragons, Lair, Buck Rogers, and so on. And now we can actually play many of these Coleco games on, of course, the Final Burn Neo Core, thanks to the great work of Dinkc and Gab75 added some code in. I got some code in added in. Greenchili got some code added in. And these are able to be played, on the PlayStation Classic directly from the menu. You need the specific ColecoVision BIOS. And I'll have the information in my release notes so that you can play all of these. You can literally add many of these homebrews and such. We'll do some of these in a row. We got Buck Rogers, SGM, which is basically on the system. You're able to play like ColecoVision games with the cartridge add-on, but there's actually a cassette tape, a cassette dep, and cassette tape deck, and you're able to play cassette tapes which were DDP format, and they're basically like SGM. They had additional RAM, sound channels, and some of these are like on par with some of the more advanced like MSX and NES games. You're talking like Atari 2600 with the hardware specifications of like MSX or even NES. It got crazy. It's very, very damn cool. But right here, this is an arcade port, and this is so cool. It's actually almost better than the arcade version, because she had some additional screens, like animation sequences, which are not even in the arcade version. I got scrambled eggs flying at me here. But yes, but I had my original ColecoVision, and this was a cassette tape that I used to play it. This is so awesome to play. I played the hell out of this, and Dragons there. Oh, look at it. That wasn't in the arcade version. Very, very cool game. And it's one of those games where you play like 4 stages and then you repeat and you go for the high score. And it's also a pretty tough game to run on MaJam because you have to worry about external samples. Here you have the entire game intact, music, sound effects, these little animation sequences, and so on. And we're going to play a bunch of these games today, but again, I thank Dinkc and, Dinkc64 and Gab75 for getting some of this code added for Final Burn Neo. This is so awesome. And love this game, love the animated sequence there. We can go right back to the main menu here, and we'll do these right in a row. We'll just do like every game right in a row real quick and try some of these out. Some of these are like, actually like cool ports. Mystery Man worked on quite a few of these, but some of these are from MSX or ZX Spectrum games, and some of these are actually true representations from the original Coleco hardware. But there's Boxo. I believe this game is actually on the TurboGrafx 16 as well, if I remember it correctly. There's definitely a game like this. But we're going to try some of these out. And this is a puzzle game. And I'm trying... Oh, okay, I think I have to get all these boxes to the end there. Let's try this out here. Okay, I get the idea. I got to move all the boxes here. And some of these games I've never really played before. This game I've played just briefly before. Oh, let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, I think I got this. So cool. I'm not really huge on puzzle games, but I get the idea. It's fun at times. So, like I said, some of these games I've never really played before, so I'm going to do what I can. The first puzzle is easy enough here. Bam. First stage done. Now we're going to move on to another game once we see what the second stage is there. And why does this guy look like Luigi? He has kind of like a green suit like Luigi. Now we're on the second stage. So this is definitely going to be a cool game if you want to play some puzzle games. Now we're going to go to Burn Rubber. We're going to do these like right in a row, every game right in a row, probably 30 games. We'll do them for like 30 seconds to a minute each. We'll try single race here. It almost looks like a pole position overhead here. Choose between the cars. See if I push the right racing button here. Kind of reminds me of like Micro Machines before Micro Machines came out. It's going to take me a little bit of getting used to. I'm usually better at racing games, but it's actually pretty fast paced considering. I'm going to have to practice here. I'm usually much, much better at racing games. The problem is I don't like to use brakes when I play racing games. I like to have pedal to the metal, full throttle. When I play games like Need for Speed, Most Wanted, on Xbox 360, which by the way is a game that made me get the system. I never use my brakes. I just use the accelerator and just take my foot off the accelerator and then I move on. But yeah, pretty fast speed there. Let's try this game here. We're going to try like all these in a row and very thoroughly impressed there. Chaos Begins by Hikaru Games. This is the homebrew. Team Pixelboy did a nice conversion of this for the hardware so we can play these on the ColecoVision emulators and such. Cool music. I'm not sure what to do. Like I said, I have not played half of these games. I don't even know what I'm doing here at all. But we're going to try all these games out for a moment here. I think I have to avoid that. It looks like we had Beautiful Joe there. So I think I could go above and probably jump right into that chest if I go to the right here. It's a little bit of exploration. There's actually a cool Goonies version that could be ported over, and I'm thinking Gab75 or Dinkc could probably get one of those ported over too. But it looks like this is a little bit of an exploration game. It reminds me kind of Goonies, but it definitely reminds me of Goonies. So I'll be coming back to this. And the little animation at the bottom left there looks a little bit like the way MechAid looked on the original box art for MechAid 1 on Nintendo before he really had the more cartoony look. Let's try this Caverns game. Okay. Caverns of Titan. Team Pixelboy again. Not sure what to do in this game. Interested in music. Am I going to be able to pick up the skull? Nope! I lost the light picking up the skull. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of a Mario Brothers style game. Not quite sure what to do. I'll be coming back to some of these though. I tried the skull, I lost there, the Goody skull. Do I have a weapon or do I just avoid enemies? Maybe I have to pick up all the floppy disk or whatever those things are. The data modules. Maybe I just gotta pick those up. Yeah, I think that's probably all I have to do is probably just pick all those up, and then I probably beat the stage. That's what I'm gathering. So I'd have to pick up all those, 4 more, and then probably beat the stage. So we'll come back to that. Interesting game. We did Cold Blood. We'll do it again. Cold Blood again. Like I said, I'll go through all of these. This game is a cool PacMan Metal Gear style mashup. So we'll do this real quick. And I have to say my 2 favorite of all of these would easily be Buck Rogers and Dragons. They're the 2 games I played on the original cassette tapes back in the day. But yes, you have a PacMan style game, complete with power-ups. Look, I have camo, just like in Metal Gear. But I can't see myself, so how's that help me? The enemies can't see me either, though. But yes, you essentially try to get all the dots in this multi-tiered level design, and then you beat the game. I have not beaten the game yet. I did a little algorithm thing where I showed like random number generator where I got all the power-ups, and I rewound time, and I was able to show you basically the power-ups being, like, I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. I'm going to have to do this because it's so cool as hell. We're going to go into retro settings input, and I'm just going to have to show this. I'm going to go to hotkey binds. I just have to show this. Rewind. Just watch for yourself here. Rewind. I'll put the R2 for right now, and then I'm going to go to rewind here. On. Now I'm going to restart the game. And just watch what happens here. You get predestined power-ups, but if you rewind time after getting the power-up, just watch what happens here. This is so damn cool. I'll get the first power-up, which was my stealth mode camo here. Watch carefully here. Faster, but I can rewind time here. And watch, it'll be a different power-up. Killer! Now I can kill enemies. That is cool, so you can actually manipulate luck and algorithms with a random number generator in order to help the game out if you so choose want to have that set of training wheels. That is damn awesome, but of course when you're done, you're going to want to make sure you disable rewind, and I usually go back in here and turn off because you actually lose between 15 and 20 frames per second, if not have certain games and cores crash if you leave it on. So make sure you disable it, and I'll basically go back to the input and disable it there too. We'll go to rewind from hotkey binds. And you can simply just go to rewind and push the start button to revert back to default. Now we're going to go to a different game, go back to our menu here, and try a few more of these Coleco games. These are all just incredibly awesome. We were doing Cold Blood. We'll do Danger Tower next. And we got quite a few more to showcase. And again, thank you Gab75 and Dinkc64. I mean, awesome stuff. And again, thank you Team Pixelboy and anybody else, Mystery Man who've worked on these as well. And I'd like to see Goonies, Ghostbusters, Gauntlet and such, and even Battle for Hoth. And we got like a troll style character here. I'm not sure what to do in this game. Am I supposed to, nope, not get that. I'm not sure what to do in this game. Maybe I just avoid enemies? Is that all I'm going to be doing is just avoiding enemies in this game? I'm not sure what to do in this game, so if you know what to do in this game, let me know. So that game, Danger Tower, I don't know what to do yet. But we're going to do Dragon's Lair. And this game is just awesome. My favorite of the bunch, easily. Love Dragon's Lair in general, the cartoon series, all ports of it, even the DVD, the Blu-ray, the PS3, PS4 versions, every version you can possibly get, even the NES version I like. But this is the game that a friend of mine at school did a copy of me for on floppy disk, and then I didn't get a Commodore 64, so I was so thoroughly disappointed. And this is a game which Rewind helps on too because it's so hard. I lost a life! It is so hard of a game. I'm not too concerned. You can watch my other video where I showcase these in action to see this, but I'm gonna at least try to get the... See if I can remember the jump button here. Jump, jump. There we go. This is so incredibly hard. I don't even think I'm gonna make it past this first stage. I'm gonna end up losing a life because you have to jump off the platforms to your first stage. I used to beat this game like dozens upon dozens of times when I owned it years ago, like decades ago, but I haven't beaten it recently. I'm gonna have to practice. And there should be an area where I can jump off the platform. I have a feeling I'm gonna just completely bonk it. Should be coming up there. Ah, I failed! So bad. Like I said, it is so cool, but it is a hard game. I'm gonna end up failing again. I know I'm gonna fail again. Okay, we can sword slash and jump. Jump out of the way, sword slash. Sword slash, jump again. See, I should have jumped. So you kind of learn trial and error what to do there. So we saw what we had to do there. We'll slash the enemies, then we jump. 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 Then we're going to slash. Then we're going to jump again. You get the idea. It's so cool. Whoa! Slash. Okay, we're going to go back. But let's try Dragon's Lair out. We're going to try this game called Flora here. Flora and the Ghost Mirror. I'll put it on hard mode. Not quite sure what to do in this game yet. I think I have to run over all the plants and make them grow to beat the stage. Okay. So I have to probably make all the plants grow and have to worry about the enemies here. I've played games like this before. Oh, they kill my plants too. Can we do this? Wow, come on. Try to get out of my way here. Interesting game. It's gonna take a little bit of practice figuring out the whole gamut of what to do here. It says MP. Is that like magic power? I'm not sure how to beat the stage, so I'm gonna need to come back and practice this game too, because not quite sure what I have to do to practice this stage, beat it. But we'll move on to another game. Very, very well done. We'll do Frostbite real quick. It's cool because you can play it with like Atari 2600 graphics as well as Coleco graphics. We'll do the Coleco graphics there. And this has some really incredibly cool music. Again, thanks to the original developers as well as Team Pixelboy and anybody else who's worked on this. Music is so catchy here. You basically have to go up and down and try to build an igloo before you freeze to death. Kind of interesting because if you ever watch that movie like Cannibal the Musical, which was an earlier effort of Trey Parker and Matt Stone, it had music that was similar to this in tone. Like, they kind of mixed like the depression of dying with the music like this, like, let's build a snowman! Look up Let's Build a Snowman from Cannibal the Music. It starts out depressing, like, what are you gonna do if you have nothing else in life? Let's build a snowman! It just completely took me off surprise. It was actually a trauma movie of all things. There we go, we can get out of the stage. Oh, look, I'm so close to dying. No, no, no. We don't want to build a snowman today. Well, yes, that game's pretty cool too, Frostbite. We're gonna do Heroes of Arena, I think it was called. Heroes Arena, published by Team Pixelboy. Do first mode, tournament mode. We'll try tournament mode real quick. We got quite a few more to go through. Simon? Is this Simon from Castlevania? It looks kind of like these look like Konami characters here. These don't look like characters from Konami games. That's almost intentional, it seems. Again, I have no idea what to do in some of these because I've never even loaded some of these before. We worried about getting the code and then we play some of these. Is it like it's like, okay, it's like Palm, okay. And I'm sucking at Palm. And there's a game like this on Neo Geo as well, for those of you who played that. So it's like Warlords and Palm, where you gotta take out the defenses on the other side there. Or if I have any kind of buttons, we're gonna get this. Oh, jeez. We got this. I at least gotta beat one stage here. The first AI here is not very challenging. There we go, I won. It looks like I have Goldman or Simon playing here as a character. Feels like Castlevania character. Jeepers Creepers. And I was kind of hoping it'd be like the movie Jeepers Creepers. And I like the first two. I've heard the third one is pretty awful, but I still want to give it a shot. Okay, let's try Jeepers Creepers out here. Okay, I get it. So it's like a weird zombie Space Invader style game. Pretty addictive game. Actually, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Crawl from the original Atari 2600 and arcade. This is Crawl all the way. So much like Crawl. I love Crawl. So if you have a shot, try Crawl on MaJam. Or, you know, it's a great, great game. Definitely worth checking out. Atari 2600 has a great version of Crawl too. I think I actually have that here. Let's go off a little bit, the beaten path there. I think I might have the Atari 2600 games here. I'm going to see if I have it in my lineup here. Come on, I should still have it. Yes, I should. Nope, I don't. I'm going to have to come back to it in another video. I was kind of hoping I had it there. I was hoping I had this set there, but I did. So we're going to go to another game here. We just did Jeepers Creepers. Now we're going to try Jetpack. See what this is like. I think this might be from ZX Spectrum, actually. Reminds me of a game I remember on ZX Spectrum. No, this is a different game. Entirely different game. I was thinking of the game that I played on the CPC Amstrad that was a little bit like this, actually. So we got a shmup game on here, pretty cool. Love my shmups. There actually is a game on here called Shmup 2, which you'll see as well. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like the earlier Konami effort called Cobra, which was a cool homebrew as well. So far I'm enjoying all these games, cool stuff here. Kaboom. Kaboom was a great, great Activision game. Again, it had the paddle controllers on the original hardware, and I broke those paddle controllers. Everybody else broke their paddle controllers. But great, great game. Again, try Beat 'em and Eat 'em for Atari 2600 as well. Not safe for work, but try Beat 'em and Eat 'em or watch a video. I'm never going to show it in the video. It's just inappropriate for my tonality in my videos. But it's basically an adult version of Kaboom, which was sold in adult stores and gun shops, along with games like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween. Oh wow, this is so crazy hard. But yeah, Kaboom is cool. And it looks like we had the Hamburglar in the game there, right out of Burger King McDonald's fame. Konami, Kings Valley. I still want to have Nightmare colored in. Again, Goonies and Nightmare would be great Konami games there. I believe this is an MSX game. You could... Not sure what to do in this game. Probably like a Pitfall style game where I have to collect all the artifacts and such. Hit switches and such. Probably collect all these artifacts like in Pitfall. No, can I jump? Oh, the Blue Man Group took me out there. But yes, I probably have to collect all the artifacts and get that sword and such. I'm assuming that's what I have to do is get all the artifacts and not beat the stage. Oh, okay. But I have a sword I can use as a weapon, so I'll come back to that. It's actually a pretty cool game, Kings Valley. A version of Tetris. Let's try this for a moment here. And again, I definitely see myself like the last video I did with Sharp X68000 videos. I can see myself definitely coming back and trying some of these out. Many of these are just very, very thoroughly impressive, well-designed games. So yeah, it's just Tetris here. Should be pretty easy to get a Tetris, right? See if we can even get a Tetris here. I'm trying to think of what my favorite version of Tetris is. I have to say I actually really, really like the DS version. Come on, give me a Tetris here for the win. I need a... There we go. That's what I needed to get my Tetris. I'm close to it now. Oh, was a flop. I could have rewound time though. I moved that over last second. Well, one thing I liked in the DS Tetris is I was able to keep flipping the buttons like this when they hit the surface, but here, just like the NES version, the surface, once it's there, it flips. But I was able to be on the very, very top level. Like, I'll show you what I mean. I'll get up there real quick. I was playing the DS Tetris, and I was on the top level, like way up here, and I was able to keep flipping blocks over and over again, endlessly, and I was able to beat the game easily just with that little exploit. But Tetris, can't go wrong with Tetris. It is always fun to play. And this game is the game I was talking about, Gab75 and Dinkc. This game has a bug for some reason. I'm invincible from the get-go. Just watch for yourself. I'm still going to have fun playing this, but this game, I'm completely invincible. The original game is incredibly difficult. And yes, you're basically playing as Jackie Chan. This is based off of one of his movies, but I'm unable to die in this game other than run out of time. Look at this. Invincible, but still fun to play just to see the game. So not sure why I'm having invincibility here. It could be some little weird bug with the game. But if you ever played the normal version, it is such a difficult game. You die so fast. And I actually do have this on my lineup here. Yes, but even the boss battles on here can take you out. But yes, I can beat this game with ease now. I can just run to the left and not worry about it. Because once these enemies pick up on you, you gotta swing back and forth like that. They kind of unleash them, otherwise they drain your health like a split second or two. But yes, Gab75 and Dinkc, we have invincibility for Kung Fu Master for some weird reason or another. Maybe I have to try a different ROM version, but as of right now, we have invincibility. Take this boss out real quick. I almost want to play the normal arcade version to show you how different this is, as far as like me losing my health. Get to the little stairs here. And there's this funny video years ago I watched where actually he did a little bit of a mashup between FBNEO and other various games in Kung Fu. Okay, we'll do a direct comparison of the arcade version here to go a little bit off the beaten tracks for a quick moment. Dummy, final burn folder. I believe I actually have the game in my main folder for right now, because I was moving files around. Should actually be able to load it with the exact same core. Okay. Made by Irem, one of my favorite companies here. But yes, this is very much a Jackie Chan file here. Now watch what happens when enemies get a hold of me here. Look how quick my health drains. Ah, that's how quick you're supposed to normally die. It is a hard game when you play it normally. Such a cool game, and I used to love playing this on my ColecoVision way back. But yes, we have invincibility, which is kind of funny. Look at that, how quickly you use health. It's crazy. And wait till you get to the second stage and on, it gets absolutely insane. And I love games like this. This is so crazy. Ah! And if you like games like this, you also like China Warrior for TurboGrafx-16, Last Battle, Black Belt, and there are many other games I can think of too. Vigilante is a great game. Look at that. That's how hard the game is. Even on the first boss, I got taken out. It's crazy. But we're going to get back to the normal stuff here. A few more ColecoVision games to showcase. We left off at Kung Fu Master. Now we're going to do Mappy, which is like on everything from arcade to NES. And honestly, I don't think I've ever really played this game. I usually play stuff like Contra, Mega Man, Breakout. Games like this just really never got my attention, so I have no clue what to do. It's another game where I have to like pick things up, items or whatever. I don't even know what to do in this game, honestly. Maybe... Probably another thing where I have to pick power-ups and such. Okay. Actually, it has pretty surprisingly good controls for this type of game. I have pretty precise controls with the trampoline. That's kind of cool, actually. Surprisingly so. So the game's not as bad as I initially thought. So Mappy's not so bad. It's interesting. We're going to move on to another game now. We'll do MechAid, which I showcased in my last video. We'll do this for a brief moment here. Yeah, we want to try to cover all these games here. And if any of you play these games, or even worked on these games, let me know any tips as far as, like, getting better. And we're going to do Destroyer mode here. Now, I meant pick Destroyer mode, but I picked Veteran by accident. Still fine, though, because we're not going to play this one too long since I played the entire first stage of my last video. But MechAid will play right after this and kind of do a comparison. But it's a shmup. I love my shmup games. So we got a couple of shmups now in this little thing. Buck Rogers was the nice 3D shmup. Still very, very cool. Very, very vibrant and colorful. You can see some nice palettes there, which seem to be on par with some of the stuff you see on Sega Master System. I would expect this to be on the Sega Master System with the kind of color palette it's using right here. Okay, not bad. Now we're going to move on to Mecha 9 and see if it's like a similar minded game or if a completely different genre. Again, you can see some of the people behind these, like as far as like who published these, who designed them, and so on, ported them, right on the title screens of these. Again, we have published by Team Pixelboy. Then we have Oscar Toledo, who's done quite a few of these games as well, as far as like porting them over from the other systems. We'll try Destroyer mode this time. And we'll do a comparison of this to MechAid and see if they're similar. Seems pretty similar so far. Cool. So if you want to play more of the mecha style genre of shmups, check it out. Okay. Not quite like going from Double Dragon 2 to Double Dragon 1 to Double Dragon 3, which are vastly contrasting games. I kind of wonder, like, if I play this game long enough, like, if I get to the second or third stage, if there are, like, some side-scrolling stages as well. I always like games like that, like even Troubleshooter for Mega Drive. The Japan-only version, follow-up sequel to it, actually has some overhead shmup stages like this. So it's kind of cool that they do between that. Kind of like other games like Legendary Wings on Nintendo and Arcade, where they have the side-scrolling overhead shmup stages as well. So yes, MechAid and 9 are both cool games. We'll do MaJam next. Like I said, not every game I'm gonna know. I have to practice the mechanics, but MaJam, original game by Ryan Ellison, ColecoVision version by Mystery Man 2013, published by Team Pixelboy. Okay, prepare to begin. Music kind of reminds me of like some of the classic Atari game music, like Sneak and Peek and such. Remember that game? Not quite sure what to do. Let's try doing a swan dive like in Assassin's Creed. Bam, that didn't work out too well. And when I was talking about games like Beat 'em and Eat 'em with some of their construed graphic designs, the way I'm holding a gun here, it's kind of funny. Almost like Codename Viper with the bottom half of your character looking naked because of the palette swap of the costume. Can I go to this door? Nope. Can I go to this door? Yeah. We got a magic 8-ball there. Can I ask you questions like, should I learn how to play this game a little bit more? Chomp chomp. Definitely gonna take me some getting used to. Okay. So how many lives do I have in this game? Let's get out of here. Okay, I can pick up the shield. Okay. Now I'm feeling so miserable at this game. Oh, I have an energy bar, okay. Actually, not a bad game. It's actually interesting. So I'll be coming back to this too and kind of explore and see how much of this I can actually play. Interesting game. Good job, guys. We're going to go to Ninja Princess next. Ninja Princess. One of my favorite Sega games. It actually is cool. It has music similar to like Legend of Cage, Shinobi, and so on. Very, very cool game. It is also incredibly difficult. You're going to get your butt whooped so quick in this game, but out of all these, I'm really enjoying like Dragon's Lair, and this one particularly. This is a fantastic shmup game, but again, super incredibly difficult. And there's actually I believe it's SG-1000 version of this, as well as an arcade version. Actually, one of the earlier games I played on MAME, like decades ago. It was so fun to play. No! Okay. Whoa! Look how crazy this is. This is very challenging. Very, very cool, though. Oh, you see that though. Definitely a hard game. I'm going to come back to that. So in my list, this is going to be easily in my top ones there. We're going to do Ozma Wars, which I believe is an arcade port. Okay, and I'm pretty sure this is an arcade port. I remember the game, Ozma Wars. Yep, 1979. So it's kind of cool seeing how far games have come from, like, 1979 all the way up until, like, Ikaruga and Raiden Silvergun and so on. Okay, very, very interesting for a 1979 game to ColecoVision Homebrew. I love my shmups. I mean, basic principles have always remained the same. The first shmup I've ever played was Target Fun on, of course, the original Chargeboy 600 Sears Telegames. It was also known as Air Sea Raid, but that was my first shmup ever. Can we get past the first stage? Ah! Come on, we got this. Can I just avoid him, or is he gonna come back in Gallagher Galaxian style? So I'll be coming back to this too. I'll be probably trying all these and seeing how far I can make them in each of those. Okay, we're gonna try PacMan Collection, see what's on there. Why not? Yeah, we're gonna try every game we can run here. Arcade quality video game system. Yes, it actually, the Donkey Kong on ColecoVision just absolutely decimated the Atari 2600 version, and it was pretty spot on to even the Nintendo version. This actually is the arcade version of it. It had the arcade load screen there. Yep. Pretty close to the arcade version here. I can see like a few very minor differences, but yeah, it's pretty spot on to the arcade. There's actually a safe spot you could be in the game where ghosts won't even go after you at all. It's very, very cool indeed. You can literally hide right in the stage. As long as ghosts don't see you go there. Now, I used all my pellets. It's going to be very, very difficult to beat the stage now because I wasted all my pellets. Can I at least beat the stage without losing life? Whoa! No, I can't. Don't use all your pellets there. We're going to do this game real quick. PacMan never gets old, though. I even love the PacMan cartoon series. Quest for the Golden Chalice. Choose your quest. Quest 1. Skill level. Oh, well. Is this Adventure? This like reminds me of Atari Adventure. This has to be Atari. Yes, this is Atari Adventure. Definitely Atari Adventure. Yep. So yes, play Adventure for Atari and play Quest for the Golden Chalice. This is definitely a remake of Adventure for Atari. This is cool. Thorough, nice surprise here. And by the way, Adventure was the first game ever to have an Easter egg because Atari didn't want people having their names in the game, so the developer of the game hid his name in a little room. And I wouldn't doubt if there's a little Easter egg like that in this game. This is awesome. I'm really going to be playing this again. But basically, you have to get a few chalices and take them back to your main thing. I'm going to be coming back to this game in another video, but this is very, very cool. Adventure, aka Quest for the Golden Chalice. Thoroughly surprised that anyone had no clue that was an Adventure remake. So good job on that one, guys and gals. We're going to try to shmup now. And Adventure has always been one of my favorite games, and for the Atari Flashback Collection on PS4, one of the challenges was actually beating the harder difficulty within 2 minutes, and that is a pretty difficult game. Very, very hard game. So I got 3 favorites now. I love Ninja Princess, I love the Dragon Slayer, and I really, really got a kick out of that Quest for a Golden Chalice. But I'm enjoying all these games, that them are just the 3 that stood out for me the most so far. I'll be coming back to them, and this is pretty cool as well. There's actually a really, really cool ninja tower defense game that I'm a big fan of on DS as well, Nintendo DS. That was a fun one to play. I'm going to have to do a demonstration of that game in action in the video. But I played the hell out of that. I love my tower defense games. They started in Warcraft as a little, like, sub-mini game. But my first true play of a tower defense game was actually Pixel Junk Monsters, which is on PS3, Vita, PSP, so on. That game is just awesome, and I've put so much time into playing that over the years. But yeah, Shmup is a cool game too. Shugani? Okay, let's see what this game is all about. Shugane. It kind of reminds me of like a Sudoku game at face value, just thinking of the name here. But we shall see what it's like, because many of these games are similar to other games. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Not sure what to do yet, but we'll figure it out. Okay, it's like a Kicks style game. Yep, it's a lot like Kicks. Even some of the same animation style. So we got a Kick style game. I like Kicks, so I'll come back to that one. Sir, I have a ball. We'll try that. I think we got maybe 10 more games to showcase. Almost like a ZX Spectrum style Ghosts and Goblins game it reminds me of. What do I do? What do I do? Can I go to the right here? Interesting. So this is going to take a little bit of practice too. A little bit of exploration game. Not bad. Space Invader Collection. An earlier title game. Oh, look at it. That is an awesome animation there. 1978 for Space Invaders. We can do Space Invaders. We'll do Space Invaders Part 2. And I used to play the hell out of this game on my Atari 2600. I'd be able to play games like this in Missile Command for like a good hour or two before I lost lives. Okay, I had to push the start button to insert credits. Okay, we got player 1 going. Yep, just like the original Space Invaders I know. And I have to say, if there's any game that's cloned more than others, it'd be Space Invaders. There are so many different clones of Space Invaders out there, it's ridiculous. A very, very fun game. I mean, holds up so well over time. I like how the music actually gets faster as the enemies progressively get closer to the bottom of the screen there. Yeah, Space Invaders for the win there. Cool game. Star Fortress. Let's see what this is like. Okay, Star Fortress. Okay, it reminds me a little bit of like Yar's Revenge and Asteroids combined. And I guess the idea is to avoid these things and take out the ship in the middle. I lost a life already. We gotta take off the Klingon ship in the middle there. Let's try to get up closer, do a little bit faster. Need turbo fire mode activate. We got this, we got this. How do I do this? Ah, that's gonna be challenging. You get the idea, though. You have to watch out for the electric flying things and take the thing out, but definitely a challenging game. One of the type of games you try to get as high a score as you can. This is an interesting auto runner game, kind of like Cannonball, and I'd have to say two of my favorite auto runner games are actually the Rayman ones, which are on mobile phones. And when I first played this, the music reminded me of music from another thing, and I had to think about it. Now I'm thinking about it. DuckTales, woohoo! That's what it reminds me of now. So it's an auto runner game, which are cool for a quick pick-me-up in place. Not bad at all. Stray Cat. We'll do a few more games here. Yes, it sounds so much like DuckTales. Either intentional or not, definitely an interesting homage to DuckTales. And I have to say my favorite version of DuckTales is the Way Forward Technologies redux of it on PS4 and such. Very, very cool thing. It's also on Xbox One. We'll do SubRock STM, which is another game. And this is cool. And In this game, like the arcade version of Buck Rogers, I kind of like the ColecoVision SGM versions better than even the arcade versions because of some of the additional stuff they added that was not in the original arcade version. It'd be really, really cool if we could get Donkey Kong Super Game working as well because it has additional intermissions, animations, levels that were not in there. There's like an entire Pie Factory level that's not even in the arcade version. That is in the ColecoVision SGM cassette tape version. We need to be able to get these going. This is a cool 3D shmup game, 1982 onto ColecoVision. Really, really cool. I mean, 3D game in 1982 was just mind-blowing. This is so crazy. You used to see stuff like Galaga, Galaxian, but not 3D games like Buck Rogers and this. These just really, really stood out at the time. And this was not in the arcade version. That was cool. Just like Buck Rogers. So I'll be coming back to this one too, because I love my 3D shooters. There's actually a game that's 3D like this on PlayStation 1, which I'm going to have to pick up and play again too. Something like Treasures of the Deep, which is a really, really cool one. And there's a Naomi one too, which is 3D like this underwater. But very, very cool. SubRock, easily better than the arcade version. We're going to do Super PacMan. And they made so many PacMan games too. I've really played like Miss PacMan, and of course the normal PacMan, and then of course some of the ones like on Pac-Land, like for TurboGrafx 16 and arcade, and the PacMan adventure games and such. But this game here, I kind of saw in the arcade, and I never played it, so you're literally going to see it the first time I've ever played this game. So I see I get keys, and I can actually unlock these doors, which are contain certain items here. So it's kind of different here. Interesting, but a little bit different than normal PacMan that I'm accustomed to. Not quite sure what to do. And one other one that I thought was really interesting was actually, am I invincible in this game? No, I'm not. I thought I was invincible for a second. It's just the way the power-ups work. But, I like Baby PacMan, which had a combination of like a screen like this, as well as, an actual pinball table. And that's one of the things that I, for a while, got into, is doing emulation of some pinball tables. And it was fun doing, like, the Guns N' Roses pinball table, AC/DC one, and so on. In real life, I found the Indiana Jones one, which had all 4 Indiana Jones movies. It's probably, like, my favorite pinball table I've ever played. Oh, jeez, I'm getting screwed there. But you get the idea. Super PacMan's interesting for PacMan fans. We got 5 more games to check out. We'll do Thexder, which is a great side-scrolling shmup-style game. And there are actually a few different versions of Thexder, and I might have to do something with this one because I think this one might actually be buggy just like Kung Fu Master. I've actually had it freeze on me a few times and tested. So Gab75 and Dinkc, if you're watching this, retest this game. It may need actually fixed up. I'm not sure if you're aware of this already. But it freezes up randomly. Let's try to turn it into the ship while we can before it freezes. That's cool. I've done it a few times and gotten further each time, but yes, it has frozen for me probably like 6 times in a row. Might be a simple matter of just exiting RetroArch and letting that cache clear before you reload the game. Or it could, right there, it froze. But you get the idea. I've had it freeze probably 6 times on me. So that's one game like Kung Fu Master that might need checked out again. We're going to do Traffic Jam here, and then we got a couple more after that. Now we're doing Traffic Jam, and Gab75 and Dinkc, if you're watching, we'll do a little bit of an audit. So far, the games that I had issues with were Kung Fu Master with the invincibility, and then, of course, the Thexder with the crashing and intermittent freezing. And then Princess Quest, Digger, Slither, and Deep Dungeon Explorer did not load for me at all, so we'll have to work on those as far as me having the right setup or maybe coding changes. But this is cool because this kind of reminds me of something I used to love when I was a kid. Those slide puzzles you used to be able to buy in the store. And I'm a master at these. This is like no challenge for me whatsoever here. I can just look at it, know exactly what I need to do. Should be able to get through here real fast. Yes, I used to love these things, like Dukes of Hazzard ones and so on. And look at this. From Turbo Teen. Turbo Teen was a cool cartoon series, but yes, this and Box Store are 2 puzzle games that are similar-minded, and I'd probably be coming back to this one, checking it out too. We got a couple more to do here, 3 more. I'm not even sure how to pronounce this one, I'm not even gonna bother. But we got 3 more to try here. Zooks Panozzo, we'll try it. Not sure exactly what to expect from this game, I haven't tried this game before. Round 1, July 7th, good luck. Then I'm probably going to go back to, after this, finishing some more code for the release. Okay, I'm running away from the both here. So it's basically a little bit about a runner as well. I just need to avoid. Interested for a quick pick-me-up play. This would have been great on original Atari 2600, so it would have been cool as hell for that. But not bad. So it has something to do with Bowser. We're going to do Wonder Boy. And again, Wonder Boy basically turned out to two different companies. Hudson did the more like Mario-style games, and Westone went on to do more like the Monster World. So Wonder Boy 1 is really Monster World as well. And from that point on, it became a different game. Not bad. There's actually a little bit of a hack homebrew game called Tina Adventure Island too. Tina's Adventure Island. Which has the female, I believe, trying to rescue Master Higgins instead of the other way around. Not bad though. I really do like the Sega Master System version of this as well as the TurboGrafx-16 version. They're both fun games. Again, you play Adventure Island 1 and Wonder Boy 1. They're literally the same game. Then you play Adventure Island 2. And then you play Monster World. Completely different series, more like Metroidvania style games. And the way this game looks, it kind of reminds me of like a handheld electronic game, like Tiger Handheld Electronics. And I'd like to be able to get those going too. And here's our final game today, Zaxxon. Another game that's fantastic on the Atom computer. But hope you enjoyed the video, and again, thank you Gab75 and Dinkc. Hopefully we can get some more of these games working. Really hoping we could get like Gauntlet working, Ghostbusters, Goonies, I mean, maybe the official Donkey Kong SGM. And there's even Donkey Kong Jr. that was great on there too. But yes, this is a great port, right up there with the arcade port as well. Another game where you had to use these samples just like Buck Rogers Arcade, otherwise you'd be playing with a silent game. And I love the fact that you had this depth perception thing here in 3/4 perspective. Look at that, on the bottom left there where it says low and high, that's actually my altitude. And right after you pass these first few waves of enemies, you'll see what I mean by altitude when I get to the main stage up here. Right here, look at that. You can actually choose how high or low you go. That is awesome. Way ahead of its time here. One of the first games like this. I mean, Future Spy was like this. And then we had Super Zaxxon, which was also like this, but faster than this. And I did this other video, which I'm going to do real quick as the final thing in this video, because I think it's hilarious. Quick menu input again. I'm going to go to hotkey binds, and watch what I do. This is going to be a hilarious thing. I'm going to go to fast forward toggle, put it on R2, and then I'm going to resume the game. Look at that. Play a game like Super Zaxxon style. So try playing a game like Gradius this fast, which I did in one of my other recent videos too. I'm going to call it the Fast Forward Challenge, where you try to play a game as fast as you can, and try to get through it. I've done the first stage in Contra like this too. But you can see, like, we've come so far in video games that you can actually adapt to playing this fast on some of these retro games. Look at that. I adapted to it pretty nicely, considering. Kind of cool. Imagine trying to play Space Invaders with fast forward mode activate. Let's try Space Invaders with fast forward mode activate while we're at it. Make that the final game here. I just passed it. We're going to have to do Space Invader collection that way. And do fast forward mode activate for Space Invaders collection. We'll do Space Invaders 1. We're going to do fast forward here and see if I can get to the first stage. I'm going to do more games like this. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Now let's see if I can manage this. This is cool. I really enjoy this. Definitely adds a whole new element of strategy and challenge to these games. Look how crazy it is in fast forward. That is awesome. Really enjoying playing them on fast forward, and my game's over just like that. But yes, try some fast forward games. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys and gals, and there'll be more to come.